women. Seriously?
Hi, I'm Hal Apple. I grew up in Columbus, Indiana, influenced by branding from Paul Rand, architects like Edward Larrabee Barnes, I.M. Pei, Harry Weiss, sculpture by Henry Moore, and protection by Fire Station No. 4, thanks to Robert Venturi. Me and my small hometown were influenced by dozens of architects and artists over a period of 40 years, and none of the commissions ever went to women's. I studied design at the University of Cincinnati. Later, I went on to design the happiest rooms on earth and learned much about life-saving medical treatments. Recently, I designed a book, Forgive to Live, written by my doctor and my wife. Medical school taught doctors about human anatomy and physiology by using a male body as the standard and norm. Entire organ systems studied primarily by referencing the male body. The female body was introduced as having the different reproduction system, as if women have aberrant organs. This book changed my life, unlike most of our projects where we hope that they might influence others. How do we measure success? Is it by A, how many awards that we win? B, the design brief was fulfilled? C, the project was on time and on budget? Or is it D, nobody died from a result of the project? Except that women are much more likely to die in a car crash than men. In fact, all crash test dummies used by the DOT up until 2012 were based on the male physique. And then they introduced a 4-foot, 11-inch female crash test dummy. That's the 5th percentile of all women. As my dad would say, that's a Mickey Mouse idea. Good idea. Let's try testing with Mickey. Yeah, come on. Get out of there. Yeah. Can we take women seriously, please? Let's design better seating. 5'4" is the average height of a woman in the U.S., not 5'9", which seems to be about the average height of the person that we design our chairs for. And then we have Shrink It and Pink It. It's a common design solution described by the author of Invisible Woman and by Karen Corellis-Ruther, a designer, former Nike executive, and Harvard fellow. Karen notes that military boots are a cause of injury for many women serving our country. The military simply shrinks the boots that were designed for men and make them fit for women. Do we treat our own colleagues fairly? About half of all graphic designers are women. Great. But about 89% of all creative directors are men. And as one female designer said, it is the female creative directors who have helped to shape not only my career, but who I am. Fashion designers who are women earn on average $20,000 less per year than men. What about fine art? Well, sales of female artists represent just 2% of the entire fine art market, and of this 2%, 40% is done by only 5 women. At Oxford University, Dr. Renee Adams is widely recognized as a global expert in finance and management and the emerging financial impact of gender bias. She gave a remarkable research presentation at the Art Students League of New York, and her team analyzed 1.9 million paintings auctioned and sold. The women's paintings sold for about 40% less than men's. Paintings done by women are valued less, particularly among people who are well-educated, wealthy, and well-versed in art. That's most surprising. It's not a coincidence to me that most people buying art, museums included, her research shows, purchase art that is primarily produced by men. Let's head over to industrial design. About 19% of industrial designers are women in the U.S., but only 11% of the leadership positions are held by women. Oh, in architecture, Well, about half of those who graduate from architectural programs are women. But only 15% of all licensed architects are women. What happened to all of the other women? Is there a problem here we need to solve? I was taught in design school that every design project is actually a problem to solve. And us men, we love to hear about a problem to solve. But men, first we need to understand that our confidence is not equal to competence. I've been thinking about maybe 5 things that we could do. One is redesign our creative briefs. One author writes that we can reframe our problems by diversifying the framers. The emerging field of customer insights changed much of how we do our work. Why can't we do the same with our work? By asking colleagues or people beyond our own disciplines to randomly review our creative briefs and even our proposals by using their standards, not ours. The second thing we can do is redesign how we hire, promote, and retain staff. Years ago, when I owned my own design firm, I chose not to promote Charlene from office manager into business development and a client services role. Instead, I chose Chuck. I used the wrong standard of measurement because I was looking for the most qualified. So Chuck was fired after 3 months because I used the wrong standard of measurement. Here's what I used. Experience and industry reputation. Well-spoken and confident in performing the job. How quickly will they be successful in the role, and proven ability to write design briefs. A better standard of measurement is hiring the most valuable person. These are the criteria I should have used. Humble in attitude, passion. Charlene was our office manager and passionate about the new opportunity. Chuck was passionate about coffee breaks. Problem-solving abilities. Works well with staff and clients. Clients and staff love Charlene. We can redesign how we handle our staff. Let me introduce Charrisse Johnston. Charrisse is former chair of the American Society of Interior Designers and now has a practice based in Cape Town, South Africa and Los Angeles. Charrisse wrote to me about her experiences in taking on new roles in design. She wrote, "I had to expend so much energy to hold my position without being walked over, albeit perhaps not intentionally, by clients as well as by my peers, sub-consultants, and even my own team members. I can't tell you how many times men have tried to talk over me, appropriate my ideas as their own, and question my knowledge and undermine my authority. Charrisse has a path forward. If we take women seriously, provide opportunities and the training and respect they deserve. Otherwise, our projects are not fulfilling their full potential and we're overlooking a huge talent pool." The third thing we can do is design better teams. Dr. Anita Woolley is professor at Carnegie Mellon University and an expert in collective intelligence. And her research demonstrates that teams who are the most effective with high levels of outcome are teams that are collectively intelligent, with a majority of team members being women. Turns out the more women on the team, the better. In other words, we can't have too many women on our teams. Number 4, design better discussions. Try recording a meeting and read the transcript and see who should have been in the meeting, who contributed. How, when, why did people contribute? Is someone talking over you? Hold up a sign. It works. Have fun with things. Whatever vision you have, a few things need to change first. Number 1, about 70 to 85% of public relations jobs are held by women, paid less than men. About 70% of HR jobs are held by women, paid less than men. 90% of Fortune 500 companies have CEOs who are men, paid more than anybody. So to summarize, it's men who make decisions which get a company in trouble and the women who are hired to clean up the mess.